to kind of play sneaky or aggressive like he usually does. Hasn't quite been there. So Vu, nothing off Vu's shoulder, but I expect a little bit more from Gala.
Yeah, me too. But I think I love what I'm seeing from Vu, and given that I think we're going to get a chance to see him a couple of times tonight, this I think is a good indicator of how warmed up Vu is. And I'm trying to see his other matches tonight. Let's see, he's playing Dehang and Fiend. So actually, given what we saw last night, Vu might actually have a pretty good night. And if we go back last year, or last season I should say, the ESL Intel Extreme Masters Season 4, I think Vu was one of the few to take a map off of Rafa. And but other than that, he had a hard time. So it's really great to see Vu coming out swinging, looking strong in Season 5 group stages. And wow, Vu trying to stick it out to get yet another frag. He has to back off at 16 health and goes on the run. Gelisak with only about 50 should get the 50 health here, and that'll put him in a somewhat okay position, but he's taking a high route to that YA, making sure that he doesn't get caught out. Whoops, Vu just fell. Might have touched his tootsies there in the lava, but able to get away. Gelisak again with 8 health. Has no good choices. Picks the red armor. At the very least, he will have that, and Vu will not, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Of course, being down by 10 frags, Vu is definitely won, and will collect the 3 points for the win.
Indeed. Yeah, not to backtrack at all, but in retrospect, I am now remembering that Vu is part of complexity. You just sometimes forget when players go inactive. But talking to Sir Scoots at WCG, he reminded me that a lot of players remain technically on their sponsored team, even if they're not actually going to events or getting paid anything. They'll just remain on the team. So I'm guessing that's what Vu's been up to. As I think technically CZM is still an EG member, if I remember correctly. So.
Yeah, so we're going to wind this thing down. 40 seconds left. Vu has shown us that I think he's ready to kick ass and take some names, and given his contenders for the night, we saw Fiend have a really hard time, especially on Aerowalk last night. And, I feel like if Vu's playing like this, he should do quite well. And Dehang, I think, will be Vu's greatest challenge for the night.
I still say it's Rebecca aliasing as Vu.
Alright guys, so that'll wind down this first matchup, and hopefully we'll have a high quality VOD. I'll need to go mess around with that stuff in just a few seconds.
I'm recording too, so.
Okay, good.
Looks like Fleischer and Rafa may have already started on T4.
Damn it.
I believe they did. They were told Rafa told me that admin told them to go, so they did.
Yeah, it's currently 9-1, 3 minutes and 30 seconds in on T4 for Rafa.
I didn't tell him that.
Do we want to jump in that game? Yes.
Are you kidding? What kind of question is that? I'm already there.
I'm going, man. I'm going.
All right, yeah. So Fleischer
should make a Reddit post. I like that idea.
Someone said something about diapers earlier. Fleischer was looking for some, and I think if he doesn't have them now, it's going to be quite a mess. Either way, Rafa is up by 9 on T4. Hopefully, we can get some map choices from the admins, and yeah, scary times for Fleischer. Rafa will. Oh, he does not go down. He's able to collect the Mega. And he had 13 health, picks up the Mega, and has 36 health afterwards. So, yeah. Rafa, the man cannot die, apparently.
So, I like that idea too much. I'm going to go ahead and make a Reddit post. So, you take the commentary for just a sec, Greased.
Will do. Rafa, at this point, just having some nice little target practice, hopefully warming up for his next matches of the night. Let's see who else is. Actually, this may be Rafa's only match tonight. Yeah, it looks like it. All right. Nice reel from Fleischer. Rafa is in a bad way, and Fleischer's able to finally put him down. But yeah, even with 5 minutes left, I think if it was another player, maybe Fleischer had a pretty good chance for a comeback. But given that it is T4 and it is Rafa bringing back quite a series of frags, not going to happen. Back over to Rafa's point of view. Fleischer getting popped up and should be spawned in just a few seconds. Rafa actually switches up to the MG, 32 health, and is going to try to stick this out. He does pick up armor, which slows down the health drop for him, and he goes up strong and tries to plant a rocket right in Fleischer's nuts. And he has about 2 health as Rafa spawns and gets the kill. 13-3, maintaining about a 10 frag buffer. Nice dodge by Rafa to drop in on the yellow armor. Great movement there. Rafa enjoying the fruits of his labor, able to get an easy mega health. Fleischer at this point only 10 armor. Of course, there are only the 2 yellows on Vertical Vengeance, so that makes health surprisingly the premium. Nice rocket by Fleischer, but he whiffs the railgun shot that would have only cut Rafa's health and armor in just about half, a little bit less than half, and of course, or a little bit more than half, or however you want to phrase that. Either way, Rafa would not have died at all, even if that railgun shot had connected. Rafa is just kicking ass and taking names. So hopefully we won't have any other matches get started without our knowledge, because I was kind of hoping we'd be able to cover at least 2 matches out of this opening round.
Well, it is true that this one has no bearing on the final results, and it's pretty much a blowout. So I'm not too sad.
Yeah. But given that, I'm actually trying to check in on the CZM Sparks match, because hopefully that isn't really underway, because I'm happy to cover all 3. So given that this is quite a one-sided matchup, let's talk about what will be going on tonight. We've got actually, did we get word? I know that 04 was quite ill earlier. Is he going to be playing tonight? Steve-O, do you know?
Last I heard, he did decide that he is going to be playing. I don't know if that was because they didn't want to accommodate him being sick, or if he just decided he was good enough to play or what, but he should be playing tonight, yes.
I think the option was you can play tomorrow. The other players are okay with it, but there's a 5% pay cut, I think it was.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Right. Please post the stream links in IRC again. Actually, just set up to do that like every 20 minutes or something. And yeah, actually CZM apparently his machine got fried, and he will be unable to play. He's currently trying to fix it, so he may be able to come in, you know, towards the end of the night. But that means that we will be unable to cover CZM Sparks, which is supposed to happen in this hour. Next hour is going to be 04 and Griffin, since 04, I guess, is playing tonight. And then we've got Vu versus The Hang, also at 8 p.m. I'm going to work with the admins right now to try to get those split so we can cover both.
Shane is just putting on a show here now with his railgun. Totally on cruise control, running the map for items, and just happening to pick up the kills when he finds them.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy street at the moment. 47% rail, which on a map where the railgun, ooh, nice rocket by Fleischer, where the railgun is kind of the bread and butter, maintaining a nice 50% is a beautiful thing to see. Oh my goodness. I think, would you say that Fleischer kind of gave up earlier and he just sort of had very predictable movement for a good portion of that?
Didn't necessarily go that far. I mean, Shane is very, very good on T4. And, Fleischer isn't, at Shane's level. So
yeah.
It probably has a lot to do with just sheer map knowledge with Fleischer on this one.
Over to Furious Heights we go. Hopefully Sin knows to press F1.
I would say out of all the maps, T7 is probably one that Fleischer would have a better chance on. I feel like it fits his style to some extent. But either way, we're going live.
But Raph has
We're
been able
gonna
to
find out.
topple some of the absolute best here. I mean, it's not his best map, but he can certainly handle it. So let's see what Fleischer can dish out after that thrashing. At the start, he has Rail and Plasma heading for a lightning gun. Rafa finds him and has taken position. Actually, does anyone else see that? Yeah, Mega has yet to be grabbed. Interesting.
They don't know that yet.
Right. There we go. So yeah, Fleischer I think is going to be very surprised. Of course, he did collect the second red armor, so at least he has that to his name. But you can see here, he's like, oh yeah, I got Mega on lockdown. Yeah, hear it. Hey, look, here's Rafa showing up to get the Mega. Exactly, this is perfect. I've got this. And Rafa's like, hey, look, easy red. Time to come back and get my Mega. Fleischer's like, what happened? What happened?
I'm pretty sure Rafa walked up to that Mega and was like, why the hell is this still here?
Oh man, that was funny. Anyway, first frag goes to Rafa, who is so far ahead that even the items wait for him. So there we go. 1-0.
Alright, I'm done from social mediating. Time to cast.
Yeah, Rafa being lovely and crafty tonight, hitting a little bit of LG, following up with a rail combo. Red in about one. Rafa takes high ground to make sure he doesn't get pummeled with rockets. And he is going to leave up red in order to just check on the state of things, make sure Fleischer is not waiting in the wings. So that actually can constitute as a little bit of a delay on that red. And at this point, I mean, dominance-wise, you can see how well Rafa is doing. At a beautiful stack of 200 armor, Fleischer, of course, at about 70 and full health. And Rafa going to try to force a decision, probably. At this Mega, he wants to do damage. He spotted Fleischer. Fires off a rocket, knocks Fleischer away from it. I think Fleischer might have had a little bit of a scaredy cat syndrome there. And actually, Rafa whiffing a rail will let Fleischer go kind of unscathed. And he loses out on the red. So, of course, with the armor stack that Rafa had, the Mega was far more important to him. Fleischer actually doing quite a bit of damage here. But Rafa answers with a beautiful stream of LG. 32% overall in the opening 3 minutes here. Whiffing quite a few rails, though. And so he's actually in quite a tough position. Fleischer answers with the railgun that will get him on the board and tie it up. Rafa getting a free railgun, does not need to drop down. And let's go see how Fleischer's doing. Not too bad, 100. Now 150.
I'm really shocked that they let that fight last as long as it was. Rafa would normally get out.
Yeah. And I was especially concerned when he was, it was one thing to pick it, but then to move over to the LG ammo, kind of locking him in that corner. I guess he really felt like he had a read on Fleischer, and he figured he could just win with the aim. Either way, though, Fleischer is trying to keep position here.
I'm loving this play by Rafa.
Yeah.
He's just when he's out of control, he just knows how to play defensively enough and take the shots that he's not risking anything. Like, even now, he can exit whenever he needs to. He knows that. Oh, except for a perfect rail there by Fleischer. I might have to eat my words. Nonetheless, I think that was a great play by Rafa over those 90 seconds or so. But again, Fleischer's in the driving seat. Very equal stacks. That one rail by Rafa is